Welcome to Doughboys Double. I'm Nick Weiger along with the Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell, coming in hot with a hot open. Hit us with a question.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, it's just a bun around a wiener, so you sure don't qualify.
Let's open up the DB feedbag.
Here we go.
Going too fast.
Lettuce, we get lettuce. We get sacks and sacks of lettuce.
Like Siskel Ebert times 4 in here. We gave it 8 thumbs up.
It is like Siskel and Ebert times 4 in here. We give it 8 thumbs up.
Because if you think about it, Siskel and Ebert only 1 thumb each.
1 thumb
Who
apiece.
is Siskelini?
Siskel and Ebert.
Yusong.
Do you really not know who Siskel and Ebert is?
Who is Siskelini?
Who is
Okay.
Siskelini?
You thought I was talking about an Italian count?
Genuine guess?
That's what I thought too.
Oh my God!
It's Amelia Siskelini.
Is Siskelini the 2 Muppets that sit?
You know what? I think Statler
my
and Statler and
Statler and
Waldorf
Waldorf.
are.
Oh, no.
They might predate Siskel and Ebert, but their characters seem somewhat informed by Siskel and Ebert. They're 2 kind of cantankerous cranks. But Siskel and Ebert are 2 trailblazing movie critics.
Wow.
They had a television show called.
I can't believe this.
This is insane.
That's wild.
Truly insane.
Are they Italian at least?
They're not Italian. I don't think either of them is Italian.
No.
But basically, it was kind of Doughboys
Siskelini
energy.
is Italian.
Siskelini.
It was kind of Doughboys energy. They were like a mismatched pair. And there was Gene Siskel from the Chicago Tribune and Roger Ebert from the Chicago Sun-Times, and they mostly agreed on movies, but the times when they disagreed, they really disagreed. Anyway, their system for evaluating a movie was thumbs up or thumbs down, and if a movie was hitting for both of them, 2 thumbs up, that would be a big time endorsement back in the poster days.
Holy
2
shit.
2 thumbs up from Siskel and Ebert. I got to see this thing.
Siskelini only likes the Italian directors.
Yeah.
Two
Dario Argento. Fucci. Yeah. Who's the famous Italian director? You know who I'm talking about.
I mean, it's pretty, yeah.
Not
You're
Scorsese.
from Italy.
From Italy. You know who I'm talking about.
I know.
It's
I
shaped like a
maybe know
boot.
who you're talking about.
What's
Fellini?
Fellini.
Oh,
thank
you meant Fellini. Okay.
Yeah. I meant Fellini.
There's the other. I was thinking of Bertolucci.
8.5 thumbs
Bertolucci.
up by Fellini.
Wait,
Casey gets those.
8.5.
I know, that's
You don't know
insane.
Siskel and Ebert.
That's very funny.
Let me put it into Gen Z speak. It was Letterboxd before Letterboxd.
Oh, okay.
This is our feedback episode. Everyone is here. We got a full house.
I was saying that, like, in Scream, shouldn't Ghostface be like, shouldn't he talk about, like, how's your letterbox, like, score, bitch, or whatever? I mean, he doesn't say bitch as much.
Yeah, he's not like Fred, eh? But
But
you
he
mean
should-
like in the new Scream?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so in the new Scream, he should be like, what's your letterbox score? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He should do stuff like that.
Versus like, what's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah, I mean, he should make a reference to Letterbox is my pitch. I know those guys
'Cause
do
it's
the Scream movies. They did a
contemporary?
great job. Yeah.
Is his killing style like, what's your favorite horror movie? Because that's like kind of like an ironic thing to ask before someone dies.
Wait, what?
No, is his shtick as someone who's, I'm not touching a horror movie, I'm a coward. But like, is this thing like, what's your favorite horror movie? Because this reality is worse than that.
Have you never seen Scream?
No.
So it's like a very.
Then
the
yes,
Scream-
you kind of are right.
Yeah, it's kind of like a meta comment. I mean, like
Yeah,
it
it's a
comes at a
meta
time when there have been a bunch of slashers
Like, what's
and
your
there's
favorite
like
scary movie? And then he is quizzing her on it, which they should get into. He should be like, "You're using Google." You know, I think that maybe
yes,
he did do that at one
contemporary
point.
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah,
Like, just kind of
Yes.
anchor it in the now.
I just watched Scream 3 and Scream 4 last night, back to back.
Wow.
So they do
Feature.
get into iPhone stuff. They get into like live stream type stuff.
live stream
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
Now this I can get behind.
And I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too woke. I want Ghostface to say woke.
You want Ghostface to say
Ghostface
woke?
should say woke.
Is that his character? Is he Is he like kind of a
I think
conservative
Ghostface
presence?
is kind of funny. Hey, Santa Monica, 1875, huh?
Apparently, that's when it was founded. Yeah, this is a very comfortable shirt I have.
150 years coming up, the big birthday.
Siskelini was just getting started. This is
I remember. I was there in Santa Monica. Oh, come on, man! I remember Santa Monica. I remember when.
Biden remembers the founding of.
I
cut the
remember when
ribbon
Santa
and
Monica. Me and Dirty. What was his friend's name? Potato Joe.
me and Corn Pop.
Me and Corn Pop. We were there.
Potato Joe is funny.
Me and
Oh,
Corn
Corn
Pop,
Pop and Potato Joe, we were all there.
we were there. We put the sign in.
We put the
sign
ribbon
in.
up, cut that sumbitch, found in Santa Monica. I was 30 years old.
He's turning 180 soon.
Let me introduce our full panel. Everyone is here. We got our producer, Emma Erdbrink, our associate producer, Amelia Marino, our engineer, Casey Donahue, and from twitch.tv/YU_SONG, Yusong Liu.
What up? What up? Hello.
What's up?
So we wanted to do something to shake it up for the final feedback of 2023.
Mm.
And what we landed on is that these are all going to be questions from year one of Doughboys. So this is the 2015 pre-Trump era of Doughboys. These are
Right,
unanswered
If
feedback
you do a
questions
Trump
from way
impression,
back.
it's like, I host Apprentice. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You're
That's what
fired.
he's that you're fired. That's
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
gonna do.
yeah,
You can't
right.
you can't do him being there's good people on both sides. That's out the window. You gotta do.
Biden
You
and
might
the
have
corrupt
said it by that
DOJ.
point.
He might have said it by that point.
Yeah, because when it is
What did you say?
Biden and the corrupt DOJ.
Oh,
This is something that he says now.
right.
you can't
Can't say that.
say it.
No, you can't say that.
You can't hide in this room, man. There's cameras. You sometimes, when you say something. When we were recording at Mitch's house, you could hide a little.
Yeah, we
know?
just duck under the table sometimes.
just duck
Yeah.
under the
The clear
table,
glass
hide in
table.
shame. Now I'm just here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's 2015. Let's do a quick because Mitch, you and I we're recording the show back at our old podcast network, Feral Audio. So we're up in North Hollywood, or was
What
it
a
Burbank,
time.
wherever the fuck that was.
Burbank.
We're
Was-
up in Burbank.
Burbank, yeah.
Emma worked there. Yusong interned there. And did you ever actually work there?
Yes, yeah,
You did work
I did. I did
Yeah, you
work there.
did.
Yeah.
So we had all.
A couple years prior, I had come to your school at Cornell. You were at Cornell.
Mitch, you came to do a talk at Cornell, at which I attended, and it was very nice.
Oh, thank you.
But
Yeah.
the overarching thing is that no.
By the way,
except
I just
for-
want to point out that
Yeah.
I did a talk at Ithaca. Amelia was not
I
there.
didn't show up.
The overarching point is that, except for you and me, no one in this room was involved in the podcast at that
Mhm.
point.
No one was an adult. No
Yes.
one was like no one had graduated college yet.
I literally graduated college 2 days before the first episode of Doughboys dropped.
Wow.
That's
All right,
wild.
Emma, you are wow. Okay,
Wild
you're
to think
close.
about.
Yeah.
So this is like, and I'm trying, and Yusong, you were on our team first, and Casey, obviously our most recent addition. But Yusong, you worked with us, you interned for the show, and then
Famously well organized podcast network.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I was I was very, very lucky at the time because like a lot of things were very serendipitous.
Yeah.
Where you guys had just started your show. I happened to have nothing to do.
Mhm.
And like Mitch was like knew about Ithaca. And so my anxious ass had something to talk to Mitch about,
Yes.
And so that was very, very nice.
I remember sending you back to Ithaca at a
Yes.
certain point. Your internship
Yeah,
ended, you were
you
going
said
back to school.
we sent you back.
We're like,
to
you got to go.
Ithaca.
You need more schooling. Come back when you're ready for the
Because
big
I was
leagues.
just interning here for the summers.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you came back, and then we hired you because
Yeah,
you've
it was
done such a
awesome.
great job, and
Yeah.
and you've been a part of the show ever since. Emma, you joined us in 2017, 2018. Was that recent?
It was January 2018. It was
January
right
2018.
after the fall of Feral.
Yeah.
We all were panic finding new friends.
We left Feral Audio, and you were very strongly recommended to us, and we got you to edit some of our episodes that were already recorded, and then you came aboard.
I
and,
edited a few even before that for
Yeah.
Yusong when we were both just at Feral, where Yusong would be like, "I'm fucked, help me," and I'd be like, "Okay, I don't know what this show is, but sure." These people are screaming about food, but
Yeah.
okay.
I remember-
But I heard your voices before I met you.
I remember
Sure.
recommending Emma because I was like, oh my God, this is the person that we should be working with. And that's not even like, that's not a slight to anyone else working
Yeah.
there either. I think everyone was just like super.
Yusong and I were working on
Overworked.
another show together, and I can't remember what it was.
I
for
can't
the
remember
life
either.
Of me right now, but we were having a good time.
Yeah.
I remember it was Cheese Please with Matt Kowalik.
That was it.
This week we're talking Camembert. We don't have a guess.
He's in a big wheel
Yeah.
the entire time.
Just chewing into the microphone. Good. Amelia,
We were still old. We were like, I was saying that like not only had we in 2005, 2015, I had been in LA for a decade at that point already.
No, I was about to turn 35. So I'm old as shit. I'm even fucking older now, 8 years later, obviously. As we all are. Amelia, you've met him with us for 2 years now?
Yeah, I interviewed with you guys 2 years ago around this time.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Do you remember I was in a WeWork and I had the Doughboys logo on a TV projected behind me?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Were you really in a WeWork?
Yeah, because I was like, I got to get out of my. I was like, we were ever
What, are
doing
you the killer?
Mitch might have been the killer. Maybe I was the killer.
Oh, man.
Real life inspiration for the killer. I was in a WeWork.
Yeah, that flexibility thing down. You and Fassbender can do the same thing.
I did really like when he did yoga in the movie. We're not going to talk. We're not going to be going to spoiler country for.
It's
the killer,
already
but
out at this point.
It's been out. It's been on
Are
Netflix.
you talking about
but-
Scream? Wait, what
no,
are you talking-
there's a movie, The
It's a
Killer,
new
that's
movie.
out now.
Oh, so
You
sorry.
have
Bad
now
movie.
seen Scream. You haven't seen Scream
Okay.
1?
I haven't seen Scream 1. I was thinking when Amelia was thinking it, I was like, oh, it was Ghostface. Like, what's your favorite co-working space before I kill you in this
really good.
WeWork?
That's great.
Oh my god.
That's a contemporary update. Mitch. You gotta concede.
It is.
And then Casey, you've been working with us. I want to say, it can't just be this year, right?
I did the first video episode with Blank Check.
That's right. We
Wow.
recorded that
November.
last November.
Last
Yes,
November,
yeah. And then we
yeah.
did a few episodes that we banked, and then but those were somewhat on Zoom. But you've been in studio with us the whole time we've been here in 2023.
Yeah, 2023. I've been here the whole time. And I'll also say, back in 2015,
Yeah.
I was a listener of the show.
No way.
I've been
There
listening
you
the
go.
entire time.
Wow. Hard to fathom.
You DM'd me at one point.
Yeah, I did DM Mitch on Twitter saying, you guys should be doing video. And then he said, then Mitch was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then we didn't talk about it until
right.
Yeah.
we started
You know
doing
what?
video.
5 years pass.
A plus for me actually responding though. That's not bad. I think that's pretty decent.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Casey's avatar a very attractive woman?
Is your avatar just boobs?
Yeah, a woman with purple hair and a
I
septum
was-
I
piercing.
changed it to that because I knew it would get Mitch to respond.
I respond to everyone.
You do respond, yeah.
I respond. Trust me, I shouldn't.
No, this is you're not great on.
yeah, if
you're not
you
great
got
on email.
Big boobs. Yeah, I'm gonna respond quicker to it.
You're not great on email, but you are very good about text and other like DMs, all those other forms of conversation, of communication. You're very, very fast about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, and if you have, if you got big boobs, I might respond gaga goo goo.
Wow.
So we set the table. We're talking we're on video now. We're talking back in 2015 when we're recording in a different studio in Burbank with a completely different team and a completely different network. And these are questions that came to us during that era of Doughboys when apparently Casey was listening.
Wow.
So we'll get into
Wow.
it.
This is gonna be weird.
What
Yeah,
if
this
one
is
of
gonna be
these
really weird.
questions is something Casey submitted?
That would be
I
wild.
never
Wild.
submitted anything.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
When I did Joe Biden, what were you talking about when I brought up Joe Biden? Was it about Sweet Tooth?
We never really resolved the Siskel and Ebert thing, but we're talking about something. Oh, it's Santa Monica. You pointed at my Santa Monica shirt.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was in the middle of a different thought, and you got distracted by the shirt.
Yeah.
Can I do my Trump?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Deranged Biden and his corrupt DOJ.
That's really good.
I like
Go
it.
on.
It's
Go
okay.
on.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
It's good.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's close to my Stewie. It's
It is.
very
it
close
is-
to
It is
Stewie.
very
That is
close
pretty
to
close to
Stewie.
your
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Trump is kind of close to Stewie.
Yeah.
Because they're both babies.
Yeah.
World domination.
Yeah.
Wow, you saw. I wouldn't say that. I would
No,
not say that about a
not
president.
Truth to power,
I
baby.
would not say that.
I'm with you,
Yeah.
Yusong.
Yeah.
Big old baby.
Yeah.
Big old baby.
It's kind of like we talked about how like Bill Simmons is kind of like Cartman. They're
Yeah.
both like kind of like, hey, welcome to the Bill Simmons podcast. He's kind of like up there. It's like today, well, we got a really sad situation in Gaza. We're gonna break it down with Ryan Russillo. Then we're gonna redraft the 2019 NBA draft lottery. Then
And
we're
I
gonna.
also respect my authority.
Yeah, he's right there. It's like the same cadence, like a grown-up Cartman.
Wow.
All right, let's get into some questions.
I remember what I was going to say.
Yeah,
Quincy, Massachusetts, established 1625.
that's wild.
Whoa.
There's so much history in New England.
250
It's amazing.
years before
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
Yeah, it's wild.
And no one
That's-
was on
that's
that.
wild.
Yeah, that's the first time anyone found that land, I say.
No one's ever been there before that.
All right, our first question is from August 25th, 2015.
Wow.
This is from Zach.
Hi, Zach.
Did you make sure that
Also,
we didn't use this question?
Well,
Are we not?
We're not reusing.
We're not
These
reusing
are
any
questions we
questions. These
didn't
are-
answer.
to be fair, I don't know if back then they were marked. Usually we mark them as answered in the Gmail. Back in 2015, I have no idea if that system was in place yet. So if these are repeats, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure these are new.
We
It'll
definitely
still be nice.
Yeah, we definitely will not know if they're repeats, but I will say that like that era, I was running the Gmail. I was running the social media. I was like that was all me. So I think I probably would have used the answered system.
Yeah.
Okay.
That feels like a Weiger move.
I
Yeah.
wonder what percentage of these question askers have passed away from heart disease. Since we'll do a Sarah McLachlan thing at the end of this for everyone that's gone. Maybe us too. By the time this releases, Who
I am
knows?
curious
Sarah
if
McLachlan commercial for animals?
Yeah,
is, yeah.
I just meant the song. We'll use
Yeah.
"I will
Arms
remember."
of
an
an angel.
Oh
But
no, I meant "I will remember
Oh.
you." Tease everybody. She does more than just the sad animal song, which
They're
is
both
very
sad,
sad.
though.
But it would be like, I will remember Chew.
that's good. That's what it
Yeah,
should
it's
be.
so-
That's good. That's good.
That's great.
You sing it to your food after a really good meal, like you'll remember those chews.
Zach says, "Hey Doughboys, I've really been enjoying your podcast. So shout outs to you two."
Amelia, hold on a second. Were you about to do a parody of it?
No, I was going to say, if Zach and everyone, if you hear your email on the podcast and you're still listening, let us know. Because I'd be fascinated to,
Wow.
like, hey, that was me. I sent that email in 2015. Like, let us know.
Wow.
Like
I
via
that.
email or something, because then you could prove it's the same person.
You
or-
could you could email us from the same address, but also just hit us up on the Discord.
Wow.
Subject line, it was me.
It was me, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I did it.
I did it.
If I did it.
If I did it.
If I did it. Like the OJ title of
Yeah,
the book?
yeah.
All right, Amelia, go first. Sorry.
I've really been enjoying your podcast, so shout out to you two and Dirty Dustin at Feral.
Our old podcast producer, Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if there are any chain restaurant exclusive condiments or sauces that you would like to buy if commercialized. For example, I would spend many hard-earned dollars on KFC gravy. I've also heard of people buying large amounts of Big Mac sauce, but I've never done so myself. Thanks so much for your time. Much love to the Spoon Man, Burger Boy, and all of Spoon Nation. Zach.
Wow.
Great
Funny
question,
because
Zach.
after that Big Mac sauce did, I mean, like only this last year.
Yeah, they did the Big Mac sauce, which we actually covered on the podcast.
Yeah, they actually put it
Released
into
to
little
retail.
containers for us.
But that was more of a novelty back then. There was less of that stuff happening.
Was
It's a very
there-
good question.
Was there Chick-fil-A sauce back then? Because that's the one that I can
I
think
was
of.
gonna say Chick-fil-A sauce is now like you can buy it at the grocery
Yeah,
store,
like a
but
bottle
I
of
don't
it.
think it was in 2015.
Ooh, maybe not.
Good
yeah.
answer. Yeah. So there's probably like a few of those.
Is there a sauce though that you still wish you could get that you can't get?
Well, okay. There's a ranch I really like. One of them, the ranch I really like is from Jack in the Box, their House Buttermilk Ranch. And I haven't been able to find like a commercially available equivalent. Like I haven't just been like, oh, this tastes like that. Now it's very artificial tasting, but if they sold that Jack in the Box House Buttermilk Ranch, I'd totally bite at that.
Is it less tangy than a store-bought ranch?
Yeah, it's a little creamier.
Ooh. I
Oh,
don't,
I'm Siscolini.
I don't know. I guess I was feeling the ranch in my hands and it was
Yeah.
Do you
dissipating.
really not know anything about Siskel and Ebert?
I genuinely like Siskel and Ebert. I was not trying I was like Muppets that were the critics, and based on context clues, I was like they're criticizing something. You know?
Have you ever heard the term two thumbs up?
Yes, of course. Did they come up with two thumbs up?
Yeah, it's
There's
their
two
thing,
thumbs.
yeah.
They
Holy
each gave a thumb.
Oh.
Yeah, they each had a thumb.
It just clicked for both of them.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. This may seem harsh.
Yeah.
Why the hell did you come out here?
I don't know. I think I spent a
We're
lot of
Doughboys,
time.
obviously.
The Doughboys, number one. But I
You
think
love comedy. You're a
I
comedy.
love comedy. I've always liked comedy, and I think that like both of my parents were working when I was growing up, and then like I watched a lot of TV and I consumed a lot of comedy. Like
That's what I think it
podcasts
is.
back then. Yeah.
That's what I think it is. Is it's like there's a little bit of a generational divide because Yusong, you were one of the first people I encountered of your age range, and I've encountered other people of that same age range since. who are like, I just don't watch movies; they're too long.
Yeah.
But consumes a lot of TV and consumes a lot of other content, and so it's kind of like thinking of like how a lot of people, Mitch our age, like didn't really read novels ever, and then but if you go back and you read like I don't know why I'm thinking of Robert Evans' memoir, but if you like Robert Evans' memoir, like everyone was talking about then was like the big new book that was out because there was just so much less content available.
What's the big new book this year, Wags?
There's that Barbara
Bible again?
Kingsolver book. What did you say?
The Bible again?
Yeah, the Bible. The Bible's always up there. The Bible's always number one. It's like Pink Floyd's The Wall. It's just always at the chart.
If
top of
I
the
did,
chart.
it's making a comeback.
If I did, it's doing great. I think there's a Barbara Kingsolver book that's like a retelling of David Copperfield that I've heard a lot of buzz about. That's,
By the way,
I think,
Dark
the
Side
big
of the
new
Moon is the
novel.
one that continually tops the charts. I wish The Wall is my favorite album.
Oh, it was Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to Reddit voice.
No,
you.
it's good. No, I like Dark Side of the Moon too.
I like the song that's like the great big castle in the sky, the great big gig in the sky.
Yeah, it's a good
Spirit
song.
in the Sky.
No, the Great Gig in the Sky.
The Great Gig in the
It's a
Sky.
fucking
Oh,
Pink
from
Floyd
Pink
song.
Floyd. Oh my
Mitch,
god!
you don't know the great gig in the sky?
Get his
Oh,
ass.
that's so
Get
good.
him.
You said spirit, and I was like, oh, does he mean spirit in the sky? And I did think it was a non sequitur. I was confused. Going up to the spirit in the sky. The Great Gig in the Sky is
Great
great.
Gig in the Sky is a really cool song.
It's another big 2023 book. I'm looking at some listicles here just to jog my memory. But one I read this year that is the same author as Killers of the Flower Moon, David Gran, The Wager. Great book.
The
That book's
Wager. I've
awesome. It's
heard
all
about
about
The
a
Wager.
shipwreck. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love the movie.
The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, Murder. I did like the movie.
Yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Scorsese movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they
Fantastic
making
movie.
The
Great.
Wager? into
Casey
a
was saying
movie?
it's an all-timer. It's just it's a masterpiece.
I think
I agree.
Scorsese only gets better.
Yeah.
He's I love him.
Yeah.
I loved it. My favorite of the Killer Wags, also pretty great.
Good movie.
I know this is. You should see. Have you seen? Never mind.
I think just be out on movies at this point. I think you have. I think
I
you just
haven't
be
watched
like,
a lot of movies.
yeah, just be like,
Yeah.
Have you
movies
watched
aren't my thing.
Muppet Christmas
I'm a TV
Carol?
guy.
You know, I've watched Veggie Tales. Like I've watched a
Yusong-
Veggie Tales, something where they like go across the 7 seas, but then like they learn about the Bible in the end because a friend's family was playing.
Right.
I feel
So
tricked by the Veggie Tales.
yeah, why's
Yeah.
that?
Because I loved that show when I was little, and then I found out it was
Bunch
about
of
religion.
religious-
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? That's not
maybe
a...
you love it.
I
Maybe
was
you
the
like
same way.
religion.
I thought it was just another TV show when I was a kid, and then they talked about it on Good Christian Fun, and I was like, dang,
Yeah.
feel
that is
tricked.
a super religious show.
My parents, like, because they're first generation immigrants, English isn't their first language, so like their media literacy, sometimes they just like don't notice stuff, and they'll tell me like, yeah, we were watching a movie, but then like God comes and solves everything in the end, and they like didn't know that they were watching a religious movie. So anyway, it's very yeah,
That's
it's
cute.
very
I
very
like that.
You guys gotta check out the. I think that on Amazon, I think you can get the Bible packaged with "If I Did It." It's a combo.
items frequently bought together.
It's like one of those DVDs, like 2 great books.
Is the killer scary?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
It's violent. It might be a little scary.
I think it's pretty funny.
It is funny.
it's funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, we love to Finch.
Killers
Man.
we love the Finch Man. Killers of the Flower Moon. Also
Yeah.
kind of similar in some ways. And what Oppenheimer? I think
killer
those
in
are
the
my
title?
3. Yeah. I mean, they do have killer in the title, but the protagonists are kind of similarly not great people.
Gotcha.
But I think those are my top 3 so far this year.
They're it's really, those are really great movies from masters that have a budget and stars in them, and I think they're all really good. I'm looking through what I've seen this year and trying to think
You
of
should
what
get a
my
letterbox
favorites
if you have this list right here.
I prefer the Google Doc that I can just look at on my own.
Jeez.
Return to Seoul, I think is last year movie that I saw this year, but that one's really good.
Oh, you love that. What's the one with the lady who meets her old flame?
Oh, yes. That wait, am I forgetting? Full Time is one I was thinking of. Full Time is a French movie. That movie was awesome. That's definitely one of my favorites. The one is oh God, what the fuck's it called? It's Past Lives.
Past,
Oh, I
Past
love
Lives.
Past
Past Lives is
Lives.
awesome. Past Lives was a great one.
husband cuckery movie. Isn't that what it is? Basically?
Well, it's more complicated
That's
than
not
that.
my main takeaway
Yeah.
from that movie, but
I haven't seen it. That's just
it's
my
really
thoughts from the
good.
trailer.
It's awesome. First Slam Dunk I loved, an anime, and the other anime Blue Giant I loved, and yeah, I'd definitely put Oppenheimer up there. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Spoiler alert: does first slam dunk detail the first slam dunk?
Like, is it a history of the first time that someone slam dunked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
That's cool as hell.
Wait,
No, it's not that.
Nick, is Blue Giant the one about jazz?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I've read it.
It's, you know what, I got the manga.
Yeah.
And I'd be curious. I've got to read the manga now because it definitely feels like it's a compressed version of the manga, but it's really just like visually dynamic. And just having the full score is like, is just so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, so go ahead.
No, it's just a very cool thing they do. I don't want to spoil anything, but like they play with the medium in like a spread, and I was like, oh, I'm so into this. I love that the author took a big risk.
You gotta see. You should see the movie. I'd be interested in your thoughts. I'll read the manga and I'll share my thoughts. But like that's like because that is a score by Hiromi Uehara, who's a jazz pianist.
That's
and
so cool.
So like the music is fucking incredible, and it's like all this new jazz scoring that it like kind of fits with this. The way the band is it's like a saxophonist who's just like pure passion and like power and like dynamism, and then there's a pianist who's like technically like perfect, but he doesn't have the soul, and there's a drummer who's a beginner, and so like the challenge of scoring it so like these three sounds all fit together, it's just really really impressive. But it's that, and then it also sits alongside all these songs from like Sonny Stitt and John Coltrane, and it all kind of feels like of a piece. So it's a really impressive piece of scoring, but just the animation is incredible. I love it.
You saying manga made me think of. I was like Manga Mash, and then we haven't mentioned this yet, but there is a viral video, Wags, of the monster fuck being played at a birthday party.
Right. This will be several weeks after.
I mean,
that
we
came
have
out,
to address
but
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I heard about
the
it.
The monster fuck was played at
I can pull it up for you after this if you want to see it.
A birthday party where they were riding horses.
Yeah, it was like for kids. Someone
like a kids costume parade or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
They were riding horses.
My question is, what do you think of your legacy?
I think that the person probably had to do it on purpose, right? Like, there's no way that was an earnest mistake.
They turn it off.
It goes
pretty quickly.
But it goes further than you think. It like you hear Wagger say his dick was hard, and then a bunch of people go, "Oh!" and it shuts off.
They do say like his trousers dropped, and you're like, well, you should have maybe gotten a clue there.
Do you want to see it? I have it.
I'll watch it later.
Okay.
I won't watch it. Let's get another question.
What was the 8-inch pianist? Is that a dirty joke?
I don't know.
Isn't there something about? Is it problematic? I don't know.
No, it's probably like I think
like
I know
a
what you
genie
mean.
joke, isn't it? Like I got a wish from a genie, and then he's like, I didn't ask for an 8-inch pianist.
I think that's what it is. A genie gone wrong.
That's very
joke.
funny.
If you're looking for an 8-inch pianist, twitch.tv/YU_SONG.
That's right.
Aspirational.
Got a real good piano.
It's a very funny number too to be like 8. You know what I mean?
I've heard 10-inch.
Oh, maybe it is 10, and I'm just forgetting it.
Yeah, but I didn't remember the joke. Have you heard? Do you remember this one? This was a schoolyard one for me. I dream of Jeannie with a 4-foot weenie. I showed it to the girl next door. She thought it was a snake, so she hit it with a rake.
Oh yeah.
And now it's only like 4'4" or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. This was for us.
10-foot weenie. It was 10-foot weenie.
This is like the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you
Okay.
said it every morning with your hand over your heart.
I dream of Jeannie with a 10-foot weenie. I showed it to the girl next door. She thought it was a rake, so she hit it with a snake, and now it's only 4'4".
She thought it was a snake, so
She thought it was a snake, so she hit it with a rake, and now it's only 4'4". Yeah,
I'm surprised this song didn't catch on more.
it's good. Let's get another
Our
question.
next question is from Joe L.
Hi, Joe.
From October 22nd, 2015.
Wow.
Inspired by
2015 Halloween right around the corner.
Yes.
Here we go.
Inspired by the Arnold Palmer / Kevin Nealon discussion, if you could
What
have
the fuck?
We probably were talking about what's Kevin's Country, remember?
In reference to Kevin Nealon?
Oh, we were talking about Kevin Nealon.
Yeah, yeah.
Arnold Palmer / Kevin Nealon discussion,
Oh.
if
No
you
idea
could
what that
have a
was.
food or beverage item named for yourself, what would you choose?
Wow, this is a great question.
This predates me saying the Nick Weiger
Yes.
was
Which is what the Arnold
2/3
Palmer
iced tea
is.
and 1/3 lemonade.
That is his equation.
Oh. Some people say it's Arnold Palmer. I say it's the Nick Weiger.
You can't take one. That's like me saying I get the Reuben. The Reuben is the Mitchell.
All right, so Mitch's is the Reuben.
No, that's not.
Okay, I get the breakfast foods on the Merino special.
Oh, that's
which
right.
is 2 eggs over easy, sausage, and hash browns. with Tabasco. That's the
That's a fun combo.
That's the Merino special.
I already have a couple, as you know, I didn't name the lineup, but the Hurricane Mitch is Captain Morgan's and orange juice. You've known this. So I got a drink.
Yeah, that's fun.
What else?
Some people call it a Seattle speedball. I call it breakfast. It's a joint and a coffee.
That would we would have to be institutionalized. Either one of us, I would go out of my mind. Something that's already named and something that's already named and you steal, or your own.
No,
version?
it's your own thing. I think is
okay.
If you could have a food or beverage item named for yourself, what would you choose?
I mean, this is low-hanging fruit, but either like a Chipotle bowl, which I frequently enjoy, or like a breakfast burrito, which is genuinely one of my favorite foods.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite breakfast burrito?
I don't, but like anything, like a egg and a warm tortilla, whether it's accompanied by like veggie things after that, or like I've even had like a Korean, like a kimchi breakfast burrito, and that's also like incredible.
You ever whip them up on your own?
Do I ever whip them up on my own? I was gonna lie for a second. I was gonna say like I've made them with my significant other, but that would be taking stolen valor.
Wow.
She's very kindly made us breakfast burritos.
That's wonderful.
And that was very nice.
How fun is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely would have been stolen valor.
I know. Sometimes I like because I want to lie to make myself feel better.
Do you like okay? Let's get some details here. What kind of egg preparation do you like? Do you like beans in there? Do you like any sort of potatoes in there?
Scrambled up, or you got a little runniness?
Scrambled up. I can't do runny eggs. I don't think my body is built to live because whenever I eat runny eggs.
Your stomach hurts?
I get a huge tummy ache.
Yeah.
You ever go to a Korean restaurant and like you get the sizzling bowl and then you drop the egg and then it like cooks in there?
I love that.
That's a disaster zone for me. I've never made it out of there feeling great. I've always made it out of there being like, like something's going wrong here.
Right.
I love potatoes. I love beans. Honestly, I'm genuinely not picky, but I would love a protein in there, whether it's sausage or bacon or ham.
Sure.
Yeah. The breakfast burritos in Orange County too, because that's where our family is from, are also like incredible.
Yeah, a lot of good food down there.
Yeah.
I here's the thing I always like, and there's a place I've mentioned before, Cervateca on the west side, that does a really good breakfast burrito. But they throw tater tots in there, and it's just like it's great for texture. I also just like having a potato in a breakfast burrito. It just makes it feel really filling. But they've got they don't have, it's not rice, it's tater tots and beans, and then just like eggs and whatever your choice of protein is, or you can get a veggie style too.
The reason they tell me they don't like potatoes in their sandwiches or like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's too starchy.
Yeah.
Who said that?
I forget who it was. I'm honestly trying to think because I'm mad at them.
Because I like a potato taco too. Like I'm down for starch on starch, but just as long as it's not too dry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who it was. I think I would do a pastrami sandwich with Swiss and yellow mustard. Because and it's like you got the Reuben and then like get the Mitch. You know what I mean? That would be fun.
What kind of bread?
It's still on rye.
Okay.
I think I would have to do just on like a nice soft rye.
Yeah.
Though also, I don't know. Sometimes having a pastrami on a bulky roll, which you didn't know what a bulky roll meant.
That's true.
On like a roll.
Yeah.
Is fun. Like an egg roll, I guess, is what a bulky. What is a bulky roll? I forget.
It's not like a brioche
You don't know
roll.
what it is.
It's like,
I knew what a bulky roll was. It's just the rest of the
It
world.
has the
didn't
little
know what it
dots
was.
on it, right?
No, that's not. No, it doesn't have the dots on. I mean, it doesn't have to have the dots on it.
What is this? A place where you can watch anime online? That's a Crunchyroll.
Oh my God, Yusong, Nick, like
He got
it.
ya.
It's
Yeah,
just
he
a
did
sandwich.
great.
This
It's
is
just
the
a
one.
sandwich roll that has a different name in
It
New
does
England.
have little dots on it.
No, it doesn't always have the dots on it.
It has like the little.
Yeah, you found one with dots on it.
That's what I found. It has like what is it? Not oats, but
Also
like
dots?
flour.
Cornmeal?
Sesame seeds?
Oats.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got the dots on it.
Dots.
I would like, in terms of things I would like, and without being specific about what the dish is, because I think that's a different part of the challenge. I would love an ice cream flavor.
Oh.
I would also, because I'm a big ice cream guy, I'm a creamsman, I'm a dairy dude, and I would also like, I'm the burger boy, someone wants to come up with a burger, but, with some sort of plant-based protein. I'm looking for a really good veggie burger, like a tasty veggie burger. Not like the,
Possible.
Mitch, I disagree. You just said impossible.
Wow.
You know
Oh.
what? That maybe solves your
Is
issue.
that a veggie burger?
Chills.
Yeah, it's a veggie burger because of plant-based protein. That's what I said.
All right.
But I want it to be like trashy. I want it to be like a fucking like a Monty's burger. To me is like that's what a veggie burger should be. It should be like plant-based, but like also like fucking garbage.
You want In-N-Out, but with a veggie patty.
Exactly, something like that.
Like
yeah.
an umami burger?
Yeah, Wami's a pretty good point of comparison. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wally and Irma were just a little cat sperm at this point.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
They were little cat sperms.
Oh, Jemmy was a little dog sperm.
Yeah.
It's possible
cute.
that the sperm had not yet been generated, though, right? There's always,
I
aren't
don't
you
know. How
always
to
turning
sign- I
out new
don't know.
guys?
Maybe when my dad was born, was I not a sperm in his little sack at that point? I might have been.
I don't think that it works
No, I don't
like
think
that.
sperm-
I
Well,
think it
eggs
might
work
though.
that
It
Eggs
might.
were.
It might work. Oh, well.
You were an egg. Yeah. So when you're born,
Mm-hmm.
you're born with all the eggs that you'll ever have in your life. So technically, you'll have your granddaughter's eggs in your body when you're born.
That's fucking crazy.
Holy
Wild.
moly.
What do you think of that, Wags?
Gross.
Fucking
Fucking nasty.
My little sperm
Humans are
theory.
gross.
That's what I want. I want Mike Mitchell's sperm theory in the science world. I want a science.
I would watch that TED Talk.
Let's get another question.
All right. This next one is from Jack
Hi, Jack.
from March 8th, 2016.
Hey,
Hey,
boys,
gang.
here at the Lakers game.
Hey,
Jack
gang.
doesn't come anymore. Yeah,
He
What's
shows
that?
up on
he
occasion.
shows up occasionally. We're talking Jack Nicholson.
I just watched The Shining the other day. Classic.
It's
movie.
one of the
So good.
scariest.
Yeah.
That typewriter.
Have you seen the movie?
No, but like we could talk about it.
He knows the references.
What does this
It's okay.
does this make you like? I watched a lot of video essays about it. People were talking about like why I really love it.
Then
and
just
what
watch
makes-
it at that
I know.
point.
But then I feel like
You
I've
get it
already
on-
watched it.
Do we need to get it on like Twitch or whatever? Is that what was Mean Girls is on Twitch?
Oh, is Mean Girls on Twitch?
Is
I guess
it,
it should
or
go
no,
on-
it's, or Mean Girls is on what? It's TikTok. That's where it is now.
Hmm.
I mean, this
That's
is
like skirting the rules, of course, of like
The whole movie is on there.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
should watch the whole
break it
thing
up into
in
different
like
parts so you don't have to pay
yes,
residuals.
separate,
I
like
see.
100 parts on TikTok.
Yeah.
I've
I
watched
see.
movies like that before.
Can't you stream? Can't you on Twitch?
God
can't you
damn it.
stream?
That sounds
Losing
like
my
a
mind.
nightmare. That sounds like a
I
nightmare to me. You were just
I
like
know.
holding your phone in front of your face for 2 hours. Not that I don't already do that,
Yeah,
but
that's
like
insane.
Like The
you-
Shining, part 147. I'm like, all right.
You can like co-watch stuff. I think
Yeah.
if you're like, but only for people in in your same country with
Oh,
all
so it limits
Amazon
your
stuff.
audience. That's
yeah,
a big pain. in the
Amazon
ass.
stuff.
Yeah.
You could watch Tomorrow
But
War.
but I
Yeah.
have watched at the behest of this show, Back to the Future.
That's right.
Yes, I give a lot for my friends.
You like? Oh, Jesus! Thank you so much, Yusong, for
Thanks,
watching
Yusong.
Back to
he
the
Thanks for
wrote
watching
us
Future.
a
Back to the
whole
Future.
report, remember?
That's awesome.
He wrote a whole report for
That's
us.
right,
You
yeah.
read
That's
it.
That's right.
I was supposed to watch it with him. I failed my assignment. I got an F. I didn't
Oh
watch
my
it. I have seen
God.
it before, but I failed.
If we turn into homework, would you do it more?
Because I'm a good at shoes.
I think that's fun. I think we should assign Yusong homework
Yeah.
movies every week.
I watch them.
All right, great.
Jack says,
Hi,
hey,
Jack.
gang. Who would be your ideal guest? Imagine that booking is not an issue. Guest must be living. No bringing back Dave Thomas. If I had to guess who you would pick, I'd wager it'd be Jay Leno.
That's fun.
I wasn't thinking
Mm.
Leno, but Leno would be a great choice because he's a big food dude. Loves food, loves to eat.
We already got
That's a good
our
one.
Rob Lowe is on.
I was
so we
gonna
already
say,
had Lowe,
if
we
you
had
asked me
Lowe.
this in
We had Lowe.
2015, I would have, or 2016, I would have said Rob Lowe.
No, I like the answers
Wait, we
I've given
can't bring
before.
anyone back from the dead.
Well, since this was anyone who died after 2016 is off limits. They have to be
shit.
have to have been
Mm.
living.
I mean, I mentioned Guy Fieri before. I think he would be a great guest. for
That'd
the
be
podcast.
awesome.
I'd be really
Yeah.
interested
Yeah.
to talk to him, just as like a guy, like a presenter, and as a chef, and then a guy who has his own like chain restaurant empire. We've talked about Trump on the show. It would be interesting to talk to Trump about McDonald's
Would you ruffle
or
his
KFC.
hair?
I would definitely ruffle his hair. But trying to
He
think,
would ruffle. He would turn that on you and rustle your hair.
well, you have to ask him first.
Ruffle or rustle?
Ruffle,
Ruffle.
ruffle, rustle,
Jesus.
Ruffle.
Oh no.
Ruffle. Russell.
Russell.
Well, one is a chip.
It's interesting that when you go for a ruffle, you kind of rustle through the bag.
That's it.
Oh, there
That's
it is.
I mean, that's nothing.
No, that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right,
it.
no, that's it.
He's speaking the truth.
So Leno is a great pick. Leno's a great pitch. I'm trying to think of what other, because like I think I'd want to talk to You know what? I think this works for both of us. And we'd have to get a translator in here, but I think the creator of Mario, Shigeru Miyamoto, would be a fascinating guest.
Cool.
And we could taste test mushrooms with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be a
that
lot
would
of
be
fun.
Yeah.
And Mitch and I are both big fans, so we could gush over him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, that would. I think that's the dream. I mean, like Sandler, we've talked about before.
Mm.
They couldn't have died after 2016.
Well, I mean,
The question was asked in
it was asked in
2016. So I think if they were alive at that point in 2016, then it's probably fair game.
Got it.
And then it just like didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sandler is, I think Sandler's the guy.
Yeah.
Would you guys have Ramsey on the podcast?
Gordon Ramsay? Yeah, I
Gordon
totally talked
Ramsay.
to Gordon Ramsay.
I talked to Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah,
I didn't know
why
if you
not?
meant like I didn't know if it was a Twitch guy named Ramsay. I really didn't know
I went
what it
to a
was.
Gordon Ramsay steakhouse in Vegas a couple weekends ago, and I got so fucking trashed at that meal. We did the tasting menu with wine pairings,
Wow.
and there was 4 of us. They poured every single bottle empty in our 4 glasses.
Holy shit.
Wow.
We drank over 4 bottles of wine before we went to the rodeo.
That's
I
fucking
was
insane.
so wine drunk.
Insane.
Trash. So fun. Great meal. But like heavy pour.
Yeah. I mean, he would be great. Sandler.
Drinking a full bottle of wine and going to a rodeo is like
Absolutely insane.
it's like
Great,
it's like a
honestly.
yeah.
That's a flex.
that rocks.
It was good.
Ramsey, Sandler, and Fieri. That's a good trio.
I'd be down for any of them.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting collection to have together on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
Mm.
he was. He
Yeah.
was. Sandler was the Grown Ups cast was on Diners, I think, Drive-ins and Dives. I think they went to
Oh, they all went together.
East
doing
Side
something?
Deli Italian Market. I think they went to.
How about Gene Hackman? Speaking of diners, drive-ins, and dives, he was on an episode of that. He's in his 90s. We saw a paparazzi photo of him eating Wendy's in his car.
He looks
going to the
great.
hardware store. He looks great.
Yeah,
I'm
He'd be
talking to
great.
Gene Hackman about Wendy's.
And this is a different person than Hugh Jackman. I'm like joking, but like barely.
you're joking, but
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you're joking. But if we were like, yeah, it's Hugh Jackman's dad, then you'd be like, oh,
I'd be like, I'd look around the room, see how people are responding, and then I adjust accordingly. But like, there's got to be someone that we can save a Google search for. If someone didn't know among the listeners who Gene Hackman was, what would you say to them?
He was a very well-known actor and successful movie star from the 70s and 80s was kind of his peak, but he was
You know
acting
what
well
he's
into the
on?
90s.
he was Lex Luthor.
He was Lex Luthor in the Christopher
Were you
Reeve
gonna say Lex
Superman movies.
Luger?
Yeah, I was.
He was
Ugh.
the film The French Connection, which was an Oscar-winning like huge blockbuster. He was in he had a later era when he was in a bunch of like political thrillers. Well, I'm trying to think of some of his other big movies. A movie called The Package, which wasn't a big movie, but he was in the submarine movie Crimson Tide, right? That was another one of his later career.
So it's like kind of like Mr. Beast, kind of just like a famous guy.
Yeah, kind of like a Mr.
Kinda
Beast.
like Mr. Beast.
You're trolling us today. You're trolling us. Yes,
He's crushing.
Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was the original Mr. Beast. Okay,
Oh,
does that make you happy?
these are the like.
You
How could I forget
troll.
about this? The Conversation, classic movie. Unforgiven, Clint Eastwood, late period western. He was the bad guy
The
in that.
Quick and the Dead.
Quick and the Dead, Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the first one that I've seen. I've seen the Royal Tenenbaums.
He's the dad.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Royal Tenenbaums is a Wes Anderson film where they talk about hand jobs.
He's
No, that's Rushmore.
Have you seen Royal Tenenbaums?
No, I've not seen the Royal Tenenbaums. I thought it was Rushmore.
He's royal. He's royal. He is. He's Royal
He's a guy.
Tenenbaum. Ah, you saw him.
Anyway, he was
You got a lot
like
of homework.
I know. I got a lot of homework.
trying to think of an equivalent of a modern Gene Hackman, just like
Mr.
you know,
Beast Burger.
you know what?
We've already settled it.
This isn't perfect because he never like really carried a movie in the same way, but he's the same sort of like just like omnipresent like character
Yes.
actor who's very distinct. J.K. Simmons.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like
yeah.
a Gene
Okay,
Hackman.
that's cool.
Not perfect, but
Yeah.
Academy Award winning, great actor, and in a lot of big hit movies.
Introducing to my mom and sister at the Tomorrow War premiere. And it
Wait,
was the
really?
First time
Is he in Tomorrow
cool.
War?
he
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh,
Amelia,
boy,
I'm
something has
enjoying
just
my
been
last ever
revealed.
Doughboys double. How about you?
I am watching Twisted Metal right now, and you're
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Did I just lose my job?
Oh, you're doing great.
Let me guess, too busy with Five Nights at Freddy's, you two? Is that what you're watching?
I'm a Stubbs member, and I do plan on seeing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it.
I watched it. It was
it
good? You know what? A little bit like Veggie Tales in a way.
So it's
Really,
religious.
sneaky religious.
Those guys, they're super religious. The Five
Okay.
Nights at Freddy people.
Yeah,
are
Wow.
the games are
ultra-religious,
like
yeah.
crypto Christian.
Mm.
Wait, what was? Did we answer that question?
The guests?
The
I think?
guests.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can-
let's
we
keep
can-
going.
All
Okay.
right.
This next one is from Matt from Austin, Texas.
What's up, Matt?
From March 8th, 2016.
I wanted to do 2 things from Matt. First off, are you still listening to the podcast? Second, did you go to our Austin live show?
Wow.
Maybe we'll find out.
We might find out.
Hey there, Doughboys. There's an old saying that goes fast, good, cheap. Pick 2. The idea is that a restaurant is not able to excel in one area without sacrificing another.
Wow.
How true do you think this well-worn adage is? When evaluating your favorite chain restaurants,
Mm.
adage, can I redo that?
Yeah, you can read it if you want.
I wasn't going
like
to
the
question
Dodge.
it. I genuinely wasn't
I
going
was
to
like, oh,
question
okay.
it. I was like, oh, maybe that's like
I
maybe
feel
the
like you
way.
said it different than I
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, I thought
It's
you had a
ad-
little
once
French
I was
connection.
like, it's adage.
Yeah.
It's adage. That's not
I
an
like- a
accent.
Dodge
No,
I
sounds
like a
fun.
Dodge.
A
Let's get a Dodge going.
Yeah.
A Dodge is like
get
a
a
little
dog, we get a
Adele
Dodge.
knockoff.
How true do you think this well-worn adage is? When evaluating your favorite chain restaurants, which 2 are most important to you? Thanks, Matt from Austin, Texas.
Look at this guy. Year-end feedback. He can barely keep his eyes open over here.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, it's the end of the year. We're tired.
It's at the end of the year. You want to this? Let's get into it. No records in December. That's Nick Weiger. We're taking
Yeah.
the month of December
Taking
off.
some time off.
Get fucking snappy.
Jumping down
This
my. What am I
episode
doing
comes
wrong?
out in December. By the time
Yeah,
this
this comes
comes
out in
out,
December.
we're off.
We're done.
Like Amelia told you, wake up.
What am I doing
Flush on.
wrong?
You're falling asleep
I'm
over
fully
there.
fucking engaged.
Falling asleep. He doesn't know what fucking. He's never seen a movie before. You're falling asleep.
I'm not falling asleep.
He hasn't seen
I'm
Tomorrow
here. I'm
War.
present. You're mad at other
I think-
people, and now you're finding a reason to get mad at me.
I think you're doing great, and
Thank
I
you.
didn't notice anything.
I saw. I saw the look on his face.
Yeah.
You know the look. All right. Well,
Well, it's getting
He's
it's getting the early evening. All right, I'm
Ah.
sundowning. I'm getting fucking tired.
dear Lord, it's 4 p.m.
Yeah.
All right. What's the question?
Hey there, Doughboys.
Oh,
There's an
fast
old
cheap
saying
good,
that
fast
goes
cheap good.
fast
I got him
cheap
mad at
good.
me now. Now I'm uncomfortable.
No, it's fine.
Tim Heidecker. I just did office hours with Tim Heidecker, and he said to, and he came on the podcast,
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
and
Episode will have been out by now.
and he said that for him it's like parking, like the food quality is last for him, but he was saying like, and in LA parking is
Yeah.
huge
Mhm.
This
part
is
of it.
genuinely huge.
So
Yeah.
good food fast. I think I would put parking under the fast category, right? As like
Mhm.
as far as like finding parking.
Mm-hmm.
For me, good is number one. The good is the one I care about the most.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a shitty
Yeah.
a lunch I don't even care that much about. I still want it to be decent.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about that, Wags? Like I would think fast is number one for you.
No, good's got to be number one.
Wow. All right. I
Wow.
should have said that. I knew you liked
Cheap
food.
number two.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fast last.
That's
Yeah.
my.
Mm.
That's
I
my
agree.
This is the thing. It's just
Mm.
like if I
I
go
don't
Really
mind waiting if
misjudge
it's
you.
good.
Yeah, I don't mind
Yeah.
waiting. Yeah.
I
What else am
agree.
I got going on?
Yeah, I'm waiting for some good food. That's like my favorite. That's when the eating is the best. Is like right before you eat it.
Yeah.
You're like so excited.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, but what to you is the cutoff for like a wait? Is it like
I mean, I don't want to wait all day. You know,
Sure.
I'm not like I'm not like a person who's like, hey, this is a great barbecue place. You got to line up at 6 a.m. and then
Yeah.
they open at
Yeah.
9, and then you like, 'cause I'm not whatever. I'm not into that. But like, if there's a whatever, it's I got to wait like 20 minutes versus waiting 5 minutes. Like I can handle that.
What's
It
the
also
point-
depends on my situation. If I'm in a squeeze or something,
Will
obviously
you
I'll
get in
compromise
line
there.
for like you've been in line for like a Howlin' Rays where you have to sit
Yeah.
for a few hours or
Yeah, I
something?
went for a while.
I don't do that. It's funny because I don't do. I mean, fast isn't important to me either, but I don't do the wait in lines. I don't like to wait in line.
Yeah, I mean, like I also will plan ahead so I don't have to do that. But if it's the
Sure.
sort of thing, it's like, hey, it's like a 45-minute wait for a table at a restaurant I want to go to.
No big
Like,
deal.
yeah, I'll wait that out versus like compromising and going
Agreed.
someplace I'm less interested in.
A very generous man. I'm gonna compliment you now after you got mad at me for saying you were falling asleep. Very generous man. You're very nice to everyone in the service industry, as am I. I'll yell at him a little bit, but what for you? What's the how long of a wait until you say something? From when you
I
put
would
your food
say-
order in until there's no food. At one point,
You're talking about not waiting for a table. You're talking about waiting for your order to arrive.
actually you put in your food order, and then what's the timer for you where you say to the
It usually
45.
depends on the people before or after me. Like if
Yeah.
if I'm in a line and everyone's ordered food and the people behind me are getting their food and mine hasn't come yet, I start to go, something
Yeah.
maybe happened and it has disappeared
That's
or
always
a
the
ticket
worst, because then you
flopped.
start getting paranoid. You're like, wait, they came in
But
after
then you
me.
don't
And
want to
then
be like, where's my food? And they're like, it's
Yeah.
right here. And you're like, oh, sorry, I'm an impatient fat ass. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, but once you've waited that long and you see other people getting their food before you, you're just in a bad headspace
It's
already.
frustrating. Yeah.
You're in a bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's happened to me. I remember it happened to me in recent memory, and they had just forgotten about my order. It had just gotten lost in the
Wow.
shovel. But that's a different. That's a
happens.
situation where you're like, you're queuing up for pickup
Yeah.
versus like if you're sitting at a table at a restaurant.
Mhm.
I'll be a little bit more patient there because oftentimes, different restaurants course things differently.
Sure.
And like whatever, but usually if one person has their food and the other person's still waiting, yeah, I'll ask after a couple minutes.
Mhm.
This happened to me the other day,
Oh no.
and I waited an hour before I
Oh
said
my
anything.
god!
Wow, an
There-
hour.
Yeah, the reason
I'd
why
say 30 to 45. Probably
45
40
would be
minutes,
normally for me, but it was
Yeah.
it was Halloween night. Sorry to date the episode.
Oh.
It was very crowded. It was at a bar, and
Our Christmas. Is this December
This is
feedback?
December
Yeah.
feedback. Yeah, this is fine. It's our year-end feedback.
Year-end feedback. It's 80. It's not 80 degrees outside.
If we didn't well, it might be 80 degrees when this episode
I know.
releases.
Sadly,
anyway.
this year it's just been
But
80 degrees every day.
if we didn't comment on it, people would take it in stride, and also people don't give a shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like people records are banked. It's fine.
This actually happened to me like a few days ago. It was the summer solstice. Sorry, I didn't mean to date the podcast, but it just turned into the fall, and yeah.
No, it's December. We're all about to go see Ferrari. My
No, I think it's something that we haven't mentioned is that like in Los Angeles specifically, I think that you have to factor in the drive with the wait to stuff because
yeah.
because with I agree with everyone here. Good and cheap is nice. But like sometimes you want to drive to get really good Chinese food in Alhambra or Monterey Park. And
Sure.
if you're going at dinner time, it's just like a 45-minute drive, no
Yeah.
matter what where you're going from it. It's like that I usually can't stomach for whatever reason.
Well, it's there's always a threshold though. There's an amount of tolerance that
Yeah.
will that we can withstand, but like that's where this calculation factors in
Yes.
of how we're prioritizing
Absolutely.
them fast as last. But there's a certain
fast
point.
than more. Just like drive and waiting. Like I think maybe that is more annoying to me.
like I've been in
I
this
mean, if it's super expensive, that sucks too. Of course.
Yeah. Like I'm the type of person, I don't know if people here are the same, but like if there's one Korean barbecue restaurant and it's so popular and so many people are going for it, it's like an hour and a half wait, Parks, something like that. And then there's like a spot next door that has no wait. I'll go to the spot next door just because like I don't know. I kind of I don't like waiting that
I
long.
see like
that
a
long.
very busy restaurant and then a restaurant that's the same thing next door that is not busy and I'm
Uh-huh.
like scared I'm gonna get sick there or there's a reason it's
That's
empty.
fair.
Yeah.
It's
But
the,
I
it's
might
the
be
North End
wrong.
equation. It's
Yeah,
like
they're
when
exactly.
you're in the North End
There's-
of Boston, it's like
Yes.
the restaurants that are busy are the good ones.
Right, and then there'll be another
Mm.
Italian restaurant right next door that's completely empty, and part of me is like, probably because the food's not good, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna assume I don't want to. Like, I might rather wait
Yes.
an hour and a half for the restaurant that is really good than
I agree with
the
that.
one that's maybe not.
And I haven't tried this place, so it's maybe fine. But there's like 3 restaurants on the same corner. One of them is Tito's Tacos, always huge lines. There's one of them is Johnny's Pastrami, usually substantial wait, and then there is or not usually, but not as
You're
bad as
talking
Tito's
about
Tacos, but
right there, 2 Stone Cold classics.
2 heavy hitters, 2 LA
Institutions.
icons.
is the third one Siskelini's?
Yeah, Siskelini's is like literally between the two of
Chicken
them
thumbs. They
is
serve.
like a place that does That's funny. Literally between the two of them is like a place that does like burgers and Mexican food that usually has no line. I think this place entirely sustains itself off of people who are frustrated and don't want to wait in those lines.
Burgers and Mexican food is an interesting combination.
I think there's a lot of those places in LA. The places that kind of have the pastrami and the burgers and like randomly teriyaki, and then like they also serve Mexican food. It's kind of like the diner that also has Greek food. I feel like you'll kind of, but again, a place like that, I'm not going to necessarily. I don't know why I would go to this place if I'm going to this destination.
Yeah,
you know, like why wouldn't I go to one of these other options?
I remember I sang the Tito's Taco song to the birthday boys. Now, probably almost 10 years ago, and when we were shooting the show, I think we were in like doing a pool scene. Oh, it was the whipped cream sketch where we drowned, and I sang I love Tito's Tacos. You love Tito's too. Tacos, Tito's, the Tito's Tacos.
I forgot about that part.
You guys not know this?
No, but I keep going.
But I feel so scared right now.
I sang this to the birthday boys, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
There's like a local ad that would usually be on late at night. And it seemed to be, and then they'll be like, the only thing better than a Tito's taco is two, which is true. Get a second one. Why not?
Tito's
Already there.
is pretty fun.
I felt very pressured just now. If like two people singing at you, I'll join your cult. I'll do whatever you want me to. I feel very scared. I'll do it.
I think there needs to be more alliteration in advertising.
Yeah.
Tito's Taco knocks it out of the park.
Doughboys
Tito's
double.
Doughboys double.
I hate Doughboys double.
Do the Doughboys
So we're just taking the Tito's Taco song.
Do the Doughboys double.
I like it. I'm in.
Doughboys double.
The Doughboys double
Keep
deuce.
on Patreon too.
There you go.
All right, you know what? Maybe the double has a new theme in the new year. We'll see what happens. That's never gonna happen.
That seems pretty good.
What's the next question before Wags falls asleep here?
I'm not falling asleep. I'm doing great.
Who's gonna fall first asleep, Jemmy or Wags?
I did think about getting a caffeinated beverage, but it's so late in the day. If I have caffeine, I'm
You
just
go
gonna be up.
kooky.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Angie from April 23rd, 2016.
Hi, Angie.
Hi,
Hello.
Angie.
Hey guys, on the weekend after Thanksgiving, when everyone was home from college, my friends and I would make a list of 5 to 6 restaurants and go to each one just for wings. We had one rule: leave no wing uneaten. Wing Around Milwaukee
Wow.
became a highly anticipated event until a few hours in, when overzealous ordering left us stuffed with chicken of varying quality. But it became a highly anticipated tradition over the years. If you were going to launch a Wing Around LA, which restaurants would make the list?
Wow.
Love the pod, Angie.
I have
Rustic
something.
for sure.
Ye Rustic, number 1.
You rustic,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
I just
Maybe
like
the
to
only
say,
place you need to go.
hey Angie, interesting that you have a list.
Oh,
That should be a thing. No, that should be a thing that they should say in the Scream movies. Like Ghostface should say that.
Well, what would you say
Angie's
exactly?
list? Or the wing? What wing would you have?
I think both. I'm looking at an eater list, which partly authored by our friend Farley Elliott, and
Ooh.
just to jog my memory, Bird
Hot
Box.
Wings Cafe.
Bird Box I have had. That place is good. That's a good option.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that you could do.
He's go because in my mind, are you talking like?
Greyhound's good.
Are we talking Korean?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because
I
you're in
think
LA.
anyway.
Yes, you should. You should
Yeah.
take advantage of everything.
Of course
that's
we
here.
should.
if it's like they're
Mhm.
doing it, sounds like it's a wing tour. So some
Yeah.
variety might be good.
Yang's Kitchen in Alhambra, which I haven't had. This place looks good. These are just like a
Oh,
classic
man.
golden wing.
I got huge.
Love
news.
baked wings. I have been there. That place is good.
I got huge news. Watch.
Yeah.
I spilled,
Oh my
but there's
God.
nothing in it. I
Free
got huge
Friday.
news.
What is it?
Quincy is getting a bonchon.
Wow.
That is huge.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to go to Quincy.
What's a
When?
bonchon?
Neil told me, and then Neil, he made some bonchon style wings at the Fat Cat this week.
It's Korean fried
like
chicken.
Korean fried.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
cool.
I
We
just-
reviewed it on the
never,
podcast.
You've never listened to the podcast.
No, I
It
haven't.
was,
I'm
the,
sorry.
it was
I
Bonchon
respect
was the Bonchon episode was before her time, so that's okay.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
fair.
It was the first 6 forker we
Yeah.
ever
Rich
did.
gave it
Whoa.
6
Wow.
Wow.
The rice cakes that I went. Have you ever had the rice cakes there? They're very
think so.
spicy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle the heat, but the chicken was delicious.
It's great.
Yeah.
Honey's
Bonchon's
Kettle, a
great.
place in Culver.
Oh,
Kettle's
Honey's
great.
Kettle. I've
Honey's
never
Kettle's great.
been, and I really want to go. They have the blueberry biscuits, right? Like they're very famous. Like their biscuits have something in there that just doesn't make them normal.
If we're talking strictly,
Last time I've had their biscuits, they were just regular ass
Oh,
biscuits, but they do
there
have.
is a-
but I thought there was a blueberry biscuit.
Yeah.
They might have something else, but like their default biscuit does not have that.
Okay.
If we're talking strictly buffalo wings,
Mm-hmm.
I think that the answer is Ye Rustic, and then Hot Wings Cafe, and then is there any others? I don't even think.
But I don't think
know.
you should be that limited in the
I'm just
exercise.
saying if we're talking buffalo wings.
Well, if you are, I think you're doing it wrong in LA because there's lots of great food. to get.
I agree. I'm saying if we were limiting it to buffalo, then there's just the two, right?
Do you have tops for your non-buffalo options?
Bonchon.
Honestly,
Probably one.
bonchon's really good. There's like a lesser bonchon that's like I think it's called like BBQ chicken or something.
Yeah, there's
That's-
some.
yeah.
I mean, in Koreatown, there's some great Korean fried chicken wings.
There's also
I mean-
Kyochon, which I don't know if that's also a
Kyochon.
chain.
Kyochon
but
is
Gus's
big.
fried chicken makes some
Gus
good
is
fried
great.
wings.
See, that's funny because I don't even
Mm.
think of those as like chicken wings, but of course, yes.
Yeah.
Maple Block Meat Company keeps coming on these ones. This is a barbecue place I've been to. I've not had their wings, but this is like a smoked wing that looks pretty good. Yeah, there's lots of good options.
Buffalo wings.
Oh, Hot Wings Cafe. That's one I used to go to all the time.
What the fuck?
What? What?
Next question.
What are you mad about?
Mitch said
I
Hot Wings
said
Cafe
Hot
a
Wings
few
Cafe
minutes ago.
1,000 times over. 1,000. I said if you could limit it to 2 buffalo places, Hot Wings Cafe and Ye Rustic are the 2.
Okay. And then I said you shouldn't limit it to 2.
You didn't hear the other part of what I said.
And then I added Hot Wings Cafe to your list.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, no, I think Weiger said Hot Wings Cafe first.
I saw Greyhound on that list too.
Oh, yeah.
Greyhound's pretty good.
Yeah.
In Highland Park.
I'm trying to remember the place that I went to that was like a it's a go-go bird. It's like a Japanese style
Oh.
wing, and that was really good and really crunchy.
Oh, I love a crunchy wing.
Yeah.
Hope they go bird to the polls.
Yusong, this is very fitting because that joke would have worked in this year.
Yes,
absolutely. That's great.
I have like a random thing to ask. I have like while we were suggesting restaurants, I wanted to just suggest Ligma. How would people have responded to that?
Like Ligma balls?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
wanted to see like if Nick or Mitch had ever gotten D's nuts.
Yeah, these nuts has happened. The Bofas happened. I have not heard the
Okay.
Ligma.
Mitch, have you gotten?
I've never heard. I didn't
Oh, I'm
until
sorry I blew up your
Emma
spot.
said it.
Yeah, I didn't
I-
know about that one. That's a new one.
I usually keep them on my CDs.
What?
CDs nuts on
Oh.
your mouth or whatever.
Here's a question.
Are you trying to get Nick and I to lick your balls in some way? Is that what you're saying?
No, untouched.
Hold on.
But linguistically, I was very curious.
Here's what I'll say. I have a general thought that D's nuts is maybe the best joke we've got. Just like as a joke.
You mean as the Doughboys or as like
As a
human
people.
beings?
Society.
As
Yeah,
a society.
I
I
think
kind of
D's
feel
Nuts
like
is good.
D's nuts is like it's so it works, it always hits
Yeah.
and it's applicable in so many different scenarios.
It's very scary.
Like there's all
though.
sorts of ways you can get into it.
Yeah.
D's nuts, Doughboys,
See,
Doughboys.
I'm telling you, it's
There you
versatile.
go.
Pokemon Go. But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
God, she said it so
I can't believe
Badly.
she didn't
Oh my
win.
god, that's real.
It makes a lot of sense now that she didn't win.
Oh my god.
5 years ago today, we got Pokemon Go to the polls, and this is in 2001. So this 2021.
Yeah.
So that would be 2016, close to when the feedback. That's close to these questions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go to the poll.
Yeah.
All right, we got
It's
about
the have in there that's like extra awkward.
Yeah.
we got about one or
Have
two more
Pokemon
questions
go to the
before Weiger is
polls.
laying
doing
on the
great.
floor next to Jemmy.
I'm doing great.
She's
Okay,
a
this,
great nap snuggler. I highly recommend it.
That's very cute.
this next question is from Rick from New Haven, Connecticut.
What's up, Rick?
From September 22nd, 2015. Hey, Doughboys, and whoever the lucky guest is this week. Sorry, it's us.
No one in here is feeling lucky.
I'm so sorry.
It'd be so confusing to them in the past. What?
I finally got around to the umami burger episode today, and your discussion about a random celebrity creating their own burger got me thinking. If you had to trust one non-chef celebrity with curating their own fast food chain or adding new items to an existing fast food menu, who would it be and why? P.S. If you ever come to New England to film an East Coast edition for whatever reason, I would be more than happy to join.
What? Okay.
Fuck.
just wanna hang out?
Film.
Yeah, he said, come to New England to film an East Coast edition.
Fuck is this
Of
guy?
a Doughboys
Rick who?
episode?
Rick Dalton?
Rick from New Haven.
You know,
This is also back in the day where we just would probably have been like, sure.
Yeah.
And we're like, Rick is here with
Yeah.
us. We'd eat with Rick.
you know which celebrity I'd pick? Gene Hackman.
I would have said
Wrong.
I would have said in the past, I would have said Shaquille O'Neal, but after having Big Chicken, I'm like, I don't think his heart's in it. I don't think he would put put the needed work into making sure that this menu is what it should be.
Maybe that's why Big Chicken was so disappointing, because he didn't put the work in.
I think that's the thing. I think like he's willing to lend his name and likeness and endorsement to a product without really believing it or really, having any input into it. So
It's a celebrity, it's a celebrity.
yeah, a non-food related celebrity.
Yes, non-chef celebrity.
All right. Do
I
you
think I
want
gotta go Sandman again?
Okay.
Sandman sandwiches?
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Come on.
That's pretty good.
Sandman sandwiches?
No. That's
Turkey
fun.
for you, turkey for me sandwich.
Cute. I like it.
It's like a gobbler. Why don't you go to your home? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
That's one too.
The little
price is
Nicky, I don't
wrong.
know. It's a sandwich. It's small and fucking.
The little Nicky's great.
Yeah.
It's an Italian. That's an Italian
the
sandwich.
little Italian sandwich. Yeah,
Or maybe it's a spicy Italian.
that's a spicy Italian. Yeah,
The price is wrong is like a very expensive sandwich. But
that's
it's
right.
Good.
Yeah, it's too
It's
expensive.
good, but it's
Good.
that's the catch is that it's very good.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
Costs a lot.
Mitch, when you were limiting your list to only two restaurants earlier, that wasn't very cool. I like that Nick argued that you
Oh
should
my
have opened
god!
up your
What
list.
the fuck is this?
Throw a hot wing cafe in there.
You're gonna jump on that ship? That's what you decide to do after all these years?
I'm trying to think of who else the celebrity who someone who loves to eat or you would think would know food.
That's the thing. Like, I think that if it was a non-food related celebrity, I'd be like, oh, this is just like a eye-rolly marketing play. you know?
Right. That's the big issue, and that's been a big thing. That's like the whole Robert Earl brands is all things like that. It's like we're gonna make Mariah Carey's cookies and Tyga Bites, which we had on the show, and those were like fucking horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would have to be someone who would genuinely care about it, and that's the kind of person I would think would maybe already be involved in some sort of food thing, which is what makes the exercise hard.
Maybe
You
like
know what?
a.
I know this is a little problematic, but you know what restaurant I would go to like a Michael Jackson sandwich shop.
I would
Yeah, I would
do
be
that
interested in
too.
trying
I would
Michael
totally
Jackson.
do that.
I can't help myself.
Yeah, no,
Pigs in a blanket.
MJ.
Yeah.
I mean, like he just would have a lot of, you know what I mean? The Moonwalker or whatever.
I'm looking at the clams in the mirror.
Right, of course, you'd be looking at the clams in the mirror.
I'm so sorry.
It took me a second, but
Yeah.
No, that was good.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
I'm looking at
Oh,
the man
yeah,
in the
yeah.
mirror.
It could have been like
Clams.
Manwich or,
I was thinking so hard.
And it.
But
I'm
also, no,
I'm
it could be a
starting.
clam sandwich too.
Here's my pitch. Martin Scorsese.
Oh man,
He's from a culture that has a famed for its food, and he's also a guy who photographs food. Has great food scenes in his works. So I think that would be an interesting. Let's see what his take on a classic Italian food feast is.
I like that a lot.
And then he'd have like a superhero one, but it'd be like shitty.
Yeah, that would be one off to the side.
You know,
he
'cause-
doesn't- just to demonstrate that that's what you shouldn't be eating.
I know of movies.
Can I just quickly say you
Yeah.
can't weigh in on this? You haven't even seen the superhero movie
I did for work though.
for this.
No, to work on a Marvel show, I did watch.
Oh,
them.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh,
a Hillary Clinton go to my restaurant.
Did you know that like now in sports, like whenever there's a 3-0 in a series, people on Reddit, like in the discussion forums, will be like, they'll just link to that Hillary Clinton tweet 3-0. Like that's a very infamous meme
Sure.
as well.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, because of the primary score. I shouldn't have brought this up.
I got a question for you. Again, I mean no offense here.
Yeah.
Are you young or old? I can't tell.
Exactly.
I think I'm an old soul, you know? Yeah.
I can't tell.
You like that optical illusion. It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. Like it's
Turn
confusing.
it upside down. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Y'all read
That's his
Beowulf recently?
Not recently.
I haven't, not
but
recently, but I have read it.
No, I didn't read that
I
old
definitely-
Dutch bullshit recently.
I definitely spark noted that in high school.
Same.
Nick and Mitch, were you big Spark Noters? I was a big Spark Noter.
No, I never used Spark
What is
Notes.
Spark Notes? Is that like Cliff
Cliff Notes.
Like
Oh,
Cliff
it's Cliff Notes. Yeah.
Spark Notes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I endorse cheating. I'm fine with cheating, but I just never did it.
Mm.
I would just either read
Grendel's
it
the
or not
bad
read it.
guy. I remember Grendel.
Grendel,
Mm.
yes.
Is it Grendel or Grendel?
Grendel.
I don't know.
Grendel.
And then Grendel's mother, also a factor.
Oh, Grendel's
and
mother's
just a big
in it.
fucking dragon. And then it's just
Yeah.
hogs out while he's fighting, I think, Grendel.
Did you know that his Beowulf's power is the grip of 30? He can just hold something as strong as 30
Yeah, he's
people.
very powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great
Damn.
grip strength.
Cool
Wow,
as
damn.
hell.
I wonder what jacking off is like for him.
That's a great question. It's probably instant finish.
Yeah, that's what you want. You just to squeeze really
Oh.
tight.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my load.
His 10-foot
Sorry,
rod is
Grendel.
now 4.5.
Let's get one more question.
All right.
Last one for the year end.
Wow.
Final question
Final
of the year.
question.
Final
Here we
question
go.
from year one.
Let me just scroll through really quick to see what would be a good one.
I am
I
gonna
have
say
a
no.
question.
Yeah.
If you could tell yourself at the start of the show, like one thing, what would you tell
Oh,
yourself?
that's a really
Do you mean at
good
the start,
question.
like at the start of
You
Doughboys?
go back in time to the meal that you guys are having at the Cheesecake Factory. You could tap yourself on the shoulder, be like, "Here's a piece of advice."
Oh,
Alright.
advice. Okay.
Yeah.
Move home.
That's what I probably would tell myself. Don't do it. Just go back to New England.
Okay, this next question is from Greg L.
Okay.
Hi, Greg.
Hello, Greg.
From
Hi,
March
Greg.
This is the final
21st.
question.
Final question.
Final question from Greg L.
March 21st, 2016. Hi, love the podcast, and I'm almost caught up, though I hear things may take a turn for the worse.
Okay.
And
Assuming the exponential growth of popularity in Doughboys continues snowballing
Wow.
past the Marin-esque fandom of the modern podcast
Jesus,
condition,
what the fuck? We got a real Siskel Liu over here.
could there be a likelihood of a Doughboys tour?
Whoa.
If so, may I suggest a college campus tour where local unique food that could potentially be a chain is reviewed? For example, where I live in West Lafayette, Indiana, a place called Sushi Burrito. It's exactly like what it sounds like.
this
has
is funny
recently
because it's
opened.
become so much more of a thing.
yeah.
And I'd love to see you guys review these more obscure places as well. Thanks. And isn't that special?
From a
That's right.
from
The
the
church
Spoon
lady
Man
thing.
drops.
That's right.
This is funny to me because the idea of us being like bar stool and like traveling to college campuses is very fun.
Mm.
I thought that was a cool time capsule question.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
time capsule. I mean,
Before we
the answer is
toured-
that we're not going to tour in 2024.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, right?
We toured a bunch recently.
Yeah.
Take some time off. Good for
I think that's
everybody.
fair. Yeah.
Recharge the old batteries.
So the answer is now no.
Well, but the
But
answer
we did.
used to
But
be
we
yes.
did tour. We
Yeah.
did tour a bunch. We went to a bunch of
we
different
never
places.
did it. Should we do the Doughboys college tour? I wonder how much excitement we'll.
You want to go to fucking colleges?
That's fun. Come on.
I don't think the demographic age range of our listeners even touches college age.
Yeah, there's.
But
we're all
I-
fucking.
But
older
then
than
you
that.
can say the thing where it's like, I keep getting older, but these burgers stay the same age.
That's good. That is really
really
good.
fun.
So you've seen Dazed and Confused.
No.
Yusong and 15 or 16 other people. Oh, you have never seen it and you were quoting it? Sorry, it hit me.
Well,
Yusong and about 15 or 16 other people came out to
Yeah.
the birthday boys at Cornell.
To Amelia's credit, like Ithaca College got like has a lot of like film stuff, and we didn't get like any film, any comedy events. And I'm not saying that like, oh, woe is me, but we were like the comedy nerds that showed up were super fucking excited to see comedy people. Yeah.
I
We
did.
got, 30 to 40 people, not including Amelia. No, probably not even 30 to 40
I did
people.
go to the Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Dave Franco. They had an assembly for that. I was at that one.
Yeah,
but,
we were. Yeah, we were told when me and Dutton and Chris Van Arsdalen went there, and there was like maybe 30 people there, and the professor was like, "Hey, that's not a bad turnout, but you should have seen it when McLovin and Dave Franco were here. Like the college students were chasing them to their car.
Wow.
And there was a line out the door. I mean, I get it. This
That's
is still
wild.
also early.
I-
It's early Franco days.
I think I've also talked about this on the podcast because you've told that anecdote, but that was a branded event that I worked on.
What?
That was
Wow.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse and Dave Franco were going to college campuses as part of like a Verizon branded thing.
Oh my God.
And the idea was
Wow.
to make it feel like it was this organic like happening, but really it was all just like a way to push some new phone or something like that.
Were
This
the
was a Funny
chasing
or Die
people
thing.
actors, or was that
I mean, I
real?
would be shocked if it was all
Probably,
staged.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
That's
it would,
some VeggieTales shit right
it's
there.
100% VeggieTales. Yeah, it's the more insidious form of VeggieTales.
Wow.
It's not the gospel of Christ. It's the it's from big business. It's the gospel of capital.
And you know what? With Christmas coming up, it's time to think about the real reason for the season.
That's
Yeah.
right. This is
Jeez.
a Christian podcast.
It's a Christmas podcast.
And you don't like VeggieTales.
like VeggieTales, you got duped.
Yeah, sorry.
Happy
Message has been
birthday
here the
to
whole time.
Jesus.
Happy
We
birthday,
love him.
Jesus.
We hope that
We
it's a
love
great
him.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Santa.
Happy birthday, Santa. His birthday is also December 25th.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
He's got to work on his birthday, but it's also
Ah.
the thing he loves the most.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a gift to him each year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Love it when they split that baby in two.
Right.
Huh?
The hell are you? What?
That's Old Testament, but
Yeah.
it's the same sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, they did it. Thank God.
They didn't. Yeah.
No-
It's like
no
a King
pun
Solomon
intended.
thing.
But
Oh, I was
How
thinking
the
about,
fuck did King Solomon?
like the king cake when they put a baby in. I was just picturing a knife slicing a little baby in half.
Dear God.
did I tell you guys? Did I tell you guys that I used to? I mean, I've told you guys this. I used to play in like a Christian rock band in high school.
I love this.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I was like,
What
oh,
were
this
you
will be
called?
fun. No, I don't know if other people would be okay with me
Okay,
saying
got it.
the name, but it's like been
Was it a
pretty
Christian
well erased. It wasn't like
Got it.
Deuteronomy 3:19 or whatever.
That's a cool band name.
Cool name.
Yeah, but that's how I know about some God stuff.
The King Solomon thing, not normally a Christmas tale, I'd say.
Sure.
Mm.
Do you think at all?
No. No, but it's biblical. So I got the
Yeah,
association.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Wise, anything up for the next year? How are you feeling on Doughboys in 2024?
Fine. Let's keep it going.
All right, good. Well, I guess there's nothing else to say.
We're gonna keep it. This is the thing. I'm really, really happy because you talked about the scheduling, so we'll just talk about it. I'm really, really happy that everyone has pulled together and gotten this scheduled so that we can all have some actual time off. I think this will be great to take December off and recharge and come back with some more energy. And the other thing, for next year, we'll start planning for the holidays in January. So we'll schedule out everything so that we're not scrambling to catch up at the end, which I don't even think we were really doing this year. I thought we were doing that more last year. I thought last year and the previous years have been more of a scramble. This year, I think, has been pretty well organized because we've been ahead of it. Just stay on top of things.
Yeah, the last few months were semi-miserable, but we're done.
It's not that bad. It's been fine.
It's like one extra record per week.
Yeah, it's been fine.
Sucks. Anyways,
So yeah, next year will be
happy holidays.
happy holidays to
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Yeah. Specifically, Merry Christmas, because this is a Christian podcast. So Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
We love Jesus. I'm now as tired as Nick is. I was going to try to do Tito's Taco for Jesus. Well,
Well, hey, that does it for this, the final feedback of 2023. We'll keep things rolling with new episodes in the Patreon up
while
through
you're going to sleep
2024.
for the full month of December, I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
I'm gonna go into hibernation. But before we do that, any plugs? Emma, Casey, Amelia, Yusong, we'll just go around. Just plug anything if you got it.
I got nothing right now. Just, have happy, safe holidays.
I don't really have anything to plug. I guess you can follow me at Skidmark4 on Instagram, or you can follow me on Letterboxd. I watch a lot more movies than Yusong does, clearly, but not enough to know who Siskel is. So you can follow me at Skidmark, and that's about it. Happy holidays.
You can find me on Twitch or YouTube at YU_SRNG. And not to date this episode, but today I hit 4K subscribers on YouTube.
Congratulations, buddy! How exciting!
And that's been going pretty
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So I hope you'll join me there or on Twitch. It's a good time.
Hell yeah.
Siskel and Ebert were like the slimmer version of Weiger and I.
I host a podcast here on Headgum called The Pit Wall.
Hell yeah.
It's
That's right.
about Formula One racing.
Ooh.
So if you're interested in race cars,
Casey, not A1 racing.
not A1 racing like Amelia asked. I don't explain that's the
Going to
steak
Casey.
sauce.
I was like, you host a podcast about A1 racing, right? And he's like, that's a steak sauce, but yeah, F1 racing.
F1 racing. The season's over at this point, but I'm sure we're gonna talk about the Ferrari movie.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
So I guess
Big
look for that
news.
if you're interested.
I actually will plug one thing, and it's my dog. She's on the
Jemmy.
floor.
Jemmy,
She's
oh.
she's got an itch. She's
What a
scratching.
cutie.
Oh,
Itchy
holiday
scratches.
scratch.
There she is.
Aw.
Wow, what a great performance, Jem. You're a true performer. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Oh wait, no, I actually have a plug.
What the hell?
Because we are back in 2015. I just wanted to remind everyone to go see the Star Wars: The Force Awakens in theaters this Christmas.
That's
Should be a great film to celebrate
God,
the
I was being
holidays.
nostalgic about 2015. It's like my dad's dead. Star Wars is coming out. It sucks. It's a horrible time.
Here's
and somehow now is even worse.
box office top 10 in 2015. Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Jurassic World, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Inside Out, Furious 7, Minions,
There is 7. It's fun.
The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part
oh
2,
my God.
Wow.
The Martian, Cinderella. Remember the live-action Cinderella?
We live in-
$200 million domestically.
We
No
live-
memory of that.
we live in
Completely
hell. We
forgotten
live
by
in
everybody.
hell. This is hell.
And then finally Spectre, the James Bond film.
The
rounding
movies
up
were
the top
bad.
10.
The movies were like meh, but at least like politically, it's like fine.
Yeah, politically, it was a great year.
Has everything been bad since we started the podcast?
Yeah, it's your
yeah.
fault.
Short answer, yeah. It has been.
Well,
We'll keep that going.
Didn't Harambe die around the
Oh,
time?
yeah.
It actually might have been.
our first episode?
It might have been around the first episode is when Harambe died.
I
So-
feel like we maybe
Harambe
said
died May 28th, 2016. So a week after Doughboys launched, Harambe died.
No, it would have been a week and a year.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
We were
you're right. A week
2015,
and a year.
Oh, okay.
So to be clear, you don't know who Gene Hackman is, but you know Harambe?
No, that was Yusong who didn't
Okay,
know.
all right.
Yeah.
You do know who Gene Hackman is.
But you don't know who Siskel and
Yeah.
Ebert is, but you know Harambe.
You know Harambe?
I know
Millennials,
Harambe.
am I right? We'll see you next time. Doughboys